In the myth of Sisyphus, he asks us to imagine a man who's condemned to endlessly push a boulder up a hill, only for it to roll back down each time. He asks us to imagine him happy. There's so much resistance to think that that man could ever be happy.
Suffering and cycles and seasons and loops are inevitable. There is always going to be a journey and a battle, which is the uphill boulder. And so there's something about embracing where you're at. Viktor Frankl spoke about this after he came out of the Auschwitz camps. The last freedom that a man has is the ability to choose his attitude in any given moment. So there's always something about that last freedom when all is taken from a man. You know, you're in chains, you're in enslavement, essentially. The last freedom that no one can take from you is your ability to choose your attitude in any given moment. To choose to smile while pushing a boulder up a hill is like hacking the game. You're not meant to be happy. Your primal body is like, this is wrong, this is no good, bad feelings are no good to feel. To rise above that is what Albert Camus is saying, is like, watch what happens to the man that smiles during that task. There's like an acceptance of his fate. There is a freedom that opens up. Yeah, it does something to a person.
I imagine the difficulty of imagining Sisyphus as happy is because we have a resistance to suffering without the immediate gratification of knowing how it's serving a greater purpose. Sometimes we don't endure more of what we need to go through. We limit ourselves through struggles because we're almost trying to extract ourselves out of the difficult time, take the paycheck from that experience, and then cash that in.
Yeah, there's no faith in that.
That is exactly right.
If you needed to know the outcomes for yourself to then take an action towards a task, you wouldn't do anything, essentially, because that's not the laws of this universe. You have to have faith that whatever will be, and you don't get to know the outcomes. And I don't think if you design this life, you wouldn't want to have it any other way. To be brought to that precipice, that threshold of not knowing, it only requires faith. And that's why faith is the core tenet of spirituality or religion. Courage, faith, courage to act, faith that whatever happens will be as it's meant to be.